Hello and welcome to this Project in a Box video tour. In this session we're going to be having a look through the new additions to version 4.2. That's for Small Team Edition and Enterprise Edition. So most of these features are built upon the idea of properties, reporting of properties, and leading that into some new methods, etc. So the idea of properties was brought in the last version, 4.1, where we have system level properties which you can define and collect essentially like a database of information associated with each of your projects. These can come from, have always been able to be loaded from spreadsheets if you want to, so you can bring latest finances and benefits information, etc. And could also have been loaded from our planning database automatically, like start and end date, number of overdue tasks, things of that type. They can also have come from your method templates to be associated with particular methodologies. But the idea of system project properties is that you can specify a particular set, whatever you want them to be, standardized across all the projects. So we've taken that concept and moved it on quite a long way. We now store color table information around those properties, and what that means is you can specify if you're collecting, for example, status information, that a certain color is used in association with the particular entries. And that means that obviously you can have your green, red, amber type RAG information, and you can also use other colours to pick out particular things that you're interested in. You can also generate charts. So when running at a portfolio level, you can generate charts automatically based on the contents of the properties. These work in two ways, values or counts, and you can produce bar charts or pie charts. So for example, on a count one, you could run a count against the project status, and if you had 10 projects, 3 red, 3 amber and 4 green, you would get a pie chart with those 3 segments proportionately sized against the whole number of projects. If you wanted to run against actual values, you could do the same with bar charts and pie charts. So for example, you could have the income from your projects. You've got 10 projects again, the one with which perhaps total up to 5 million, one of them is 2.5 million, so it gets half of the section, and the rest get whatever proportion of that total they are. Bar charts as well, working exactly the same way with both counts and with total values. When it comes to counts and total values, we have also a range of options around all that for handling large data sets, so you can start to bin them, you can have the first 10, or you can cap a certain level and have the rest treated as others. So a whole load of things around that. Also the colours that get used in showing the different options onto those bar charts and pie charts. So that's really useful, and you can run those bar charts and pie charts not only against system properties but also against any of your other properties. So jumping down a bit to benefits management, we have a new benefits template capability in all of our methods now that collects benefit information, as well as providing the normal charts and tables into reporting as we've always done. We're also now exporting that as properties, so we have a standard set of benefits properties. You've got your benefits value, you've got your dis benefits value, total benefits value, current benefits value, number of benefits, all those sorts of things. So those properties brought through from the spreadsheet can then be treated in exactly the same way as the system properties, charted on using color tables, etc. So that's really quite a powerful way of getting an integrated data output, even though the sources of input are quite varied. We also have some new plan property types. So we have age in days brought through now against our plan items. So particular tasks, you can see the age in days, so how long it is since they've been created. That's particularly useful if you're looking for perhaps new issues or risks that have been generated but haven't been dealt with yet. In terms of the plan property types that we can bring out into this property reporting, we've also got new things like the total risk counts. So adding up the risk values across all of the risks in a project to get the risk count, so you can see relatively which are your riskier projects. We also have number of overdue tasks as a new item, and various other new plan property types. We also have the way we've been treating system project properties in terms of better display management, so the format of them, applying formats to numbers and percentages, currency fields, etc. We've now included a thing called other properties, and this allows you to define those same property treatments to the other properties that are non-system properties, so things that come from your spreadsheets, from your planning database, all those other sorts of things. You can apply those display formatting rules to, and this allows you to get a really nice display of data in exactly the format you want into your reporting, and also available on your dashboards and your project picker. So there's loads of work gone into that, a lot of it driven by particular customer requirements to get good match to the sort of reporting that people do. We've also though done a big extension into reporting to Word. Now previously we've had the ability we've always reported through essentially a HTML format, and that's then available to be viewed in Word, which is fine. You can get it into Word and you can then edit it, but in practice printing from that in Word has been a bit problematic, because when it opens in Word, it's still HTML, so it makes the tables often very wide, and you don't have precise control on page numbering and headers and footers, and exactly how all the tables are going to look and all that sort of thing. So that's been a little bit of a sort of mixed together solution. Now though, we have proper reporting to Word, where you define a Word template. You can set up the head and footer arrangements, the logos you want in it, all nice and easily. You can, if you want, either drop the entire report content in, or you can pick and choose the elements that you would like to include, giving you a great deal of flexibility on custom reporting to a Word format. And that is very easy to use and has very good looking outputs. It's using docx files, and so it writes directly into the Word file itself, and that means the output you get is an actual Word file. You can immediately save it, you can edit it, you can print it. It will conform to whatever settings you put into the template. So that's really powerful. You can use those at project level and at portfolio level. We've got a whole set of standard templates set up, but of course you can pick those, take those, and manipulate them to be exactly how you want to, and that's going to be a really easy way of customizing reporting, just putting the power completely in your hands to use Word. We still of course have the reporting to HTML, and that's used extensively into dashboards and for sort of perhaps quicker, easier to view things on screen. We've got a whole new set of methods available in 4.2, and one of the features of those new methods is that they contain benefits management. So as said earlier, we have a benefits management template which is provided across those methods. In practice, I think there might be one or two that don't use it because, for example, very small one-step projects, you're probably really not going to be interested in collecting benefits, so we don't include it in those. But the majority of the templates have this in. So that's a standard thing. It's all set up through to reporting. There are standard reports produced to work with that data, and there are standard dashboards available to read that benefits information. So very straightforward to use that. You can of course retrofit, if you want, to the benefits management template into your existing projects and start to work with those, or of course new projects you create from our standard methods will have that in it. Other features in the new methods are a simplified navigation diagram. Rather than giving project level task risks and issues, we give user level task risks and issues. That means that everybody can access from the same diagram, making it easier to customize and change your methods, and those with additional permissions can then go on and look at project level, portfolio level, other users, task risks, issues, resources, etc. So obviously capping all that, bringing it together, is a set of reports and dashboards. So there's a big set of things here. Broadly, most of the standard capability you're used to is the same. Obviously we've patched and fixed and done a few minor mods here and there to some aspects of that, and that's all covered in the help files, but the majority of that is the same. What's here that's new is about taking advantage of the properties, leveraging those into a more interesting way, and getting that output looking really sharp and easy to work with into Word and other formats. You'll be delighted to hear that we haven't changed the pricing of the products. You've still got Small Team Edition at £1,000, Enterprise Edition from £4,000. Existing customers wanting to add new licenses, same prices. Again, we haven't changed that at all. Okay, so that was a quick overview. The couple of extra videos that are going to take you through that in some more detail. So if you are upgrading, you already know how to use the tool, you want to pick up these new features, you'll be able to watch those and find out exactly how to do what you need to do. Thank you very much.